One other way of finding the equation of a line is if we're given 2 points. So what we want to find out in this particular case is we want to find out what is the slope between of a line that has these 2 points on it. So if we were to graph it, we would see what the line looks like, and then we could figure it out based on graphing it, or we can figure it out by solving for certain things. Remember, if I'm given 2 points, I can find the slope. And that is m equals y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And so what we have to do is we just have to choose which is 0.1, which is 0.2. Normally, we're going to do it this way, but it doesn't matter. So as long as you're consistent, you're okay. So if this is 0.2, this is y2, and this is x2. And if this is 0.1, this is y1, and this is x1. So we can see kind of where everything is. So we know that y2 is -6, so we would do -6 minus 8, because y1 is 8. x2 is 4 minus a -3. Now remember, you want to write it out like this. Make sure you always put parentheses around things that we're subtracting. It's just easier. I could have done that here too. But remember, these two negatives are going to cancel each other. So we have -6 minus 8 over 4 plus 3. Whenever we add two things with the same sign, we actually add them together. So we get 14, and then we keep the sign, which is negative. We do the same thing in positive. You just don't do it in your head that way. But 4 plus 3 is 7, and it's positive. So therefore, it's just 7. So this would be -2. So my slope is -2. So notice now I have a slope, m equals -2, and I have at least 1 point. Now I can pick either point. So just for fun, I'm going to pick this point, which is 4, -6. So we're going to do 4, -6. So then we're going to plug it into the equation. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1, where of course here's our x, here's our y value. So that's what we have in this particular case for that particular point. And so I'm going to plug everything in. So I have y, and then our y is negative, so it'd be y plus 6 equals -2, x minus 4. We're then going to multiply through. So I get y plus 6 equals -2x plus 8. I'm going to subtract 6 from both sides. I get y equals -2x plus 2. And there we got my answer. Now, just to show you, I'm going to show you with the other point, -3/8. So let's go over here and we'll do this a little separately. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do both. -3/8. So I'm going to just plug them in this way. So y minus y1 equals -2 times x plus 3, because of that negative sign there. So I have y minus 8 equals -2x. I'm going to distribute that through, minus 6. Add 8 to both sides. Y equals -2x plus 2. So notice it didn't matter which point I plugged in. I get the same answer for both of those. But you don't have to do that on a test. You just have to plug in one of the points and get the answer. And next we'll move on to the last type of problem for the section, and then we're done.